it's kind of crazy that the storylines in each conference, I don't think anybody saw coming. Okay, I think in the AFC it would just be let's be on Chiefs watch all the time, and we'd be figuring the Texans would be the team that might stand in their way the most, and that may be the case. That may wind up being the case.
Maybe.
Despite what the Minnesota Vikings did to the Texans, and that's part of the storylines in both conferences that I don't think anybody saw coming. The NFC is wide open, absolutely wide open.
True.
To the point where you've got 2 3-0 teams feeling good about themselves, and the rest of the country wondering if they're for real or not. Vikings look more for real than the Seahawks for a couple reasons. One, Seattle has yet to play a game that the whole country is kind of watching. You know, a lot of people wait. I mean, the Vikings are going to have their first nationally televised game in a couple weeks. I'm going to be honored to be calling it in London against the Jets. But, you know, the Vikings taking on the Texans, I think, snapped a lot of lapels, right? The Vikings taking on the Giants in the first media market of the United States snapped some lapels. San Francisco going into their building, that snapped a couple of lapels like, hey, pay attention to what I'm doing here, says Sam Darnold. And Seattle sitting up there in the Pacific Northwest saying, okay, who's watching us take down Bo Nix? Who was watching us going to overtime against New England? And then Miami with, you know, what we've got with Skylar Thompson going in there and not being all that stout offensively as one would think, right? So we're waiting to see Seattle do it against a team that has, you know, a quarterback that we're all kind of paying attention. It's not a rookie. It's not a veteran. That you're wondering if he's looking over his shoulder for his rookie like Jacoby Brissett. So the NFC, though, is wide open. Eagles can win it. Eagles can absolutely win it. You know who can also win it? I'll say it. The Niners can win it. Again. Yeah. Doesn't look like that right now. Packers can win it. Malik Willis coming up with 2 wins while Jordan Love gets better.
Yeah.
They can win it.
That was huge.
Lions can win it. I'll tell you who else can win it. Your Cowboys might be able to pull it together and win it. Listen, you can't sit here and say otherwise right now.
We're talking NFC. Every team has a win. And if you're trying to rule out teams...
Too early for that. Yeah.
Even the Panthers. Would you completely rule out the Panthers at this point?
Winning the conference?
Yeah, I'll rule that out.
How about making the playoffs?
No, I mean that you'd have to really go higher register there. Less higher register are the Washington Commanders. You know?
You mean your first place Washington Commanders?
Yes, a piece of that.
I mean, how about that?
NFC's wide open. Somebody could go on a run and just take it. And we don't know who yet. It could be anybody. And the AFC? Can you believe? Hold on a second.
A little
In
different.
the AFC, can you believe it may just come down to Chiefs-Bills again anyway?
Yeah,
kind of.
Because right now, those are standouts with the Texans having a massive step back. But
still 2-1.
We'll find out if there's a blueprint on how to rattle C.J. Stroud, right? We're just a couple of games away from the crazy ass, do the Texans have too many weapons conversation?
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
That's funny.
Is it possible that Stroud, last year at least, it was there's Nico Collins and there's my Tank Dell, right?
Are the Texans overrated?
I honestly. And then there's the Steelers. You know, the Steelers. The question about them is you get them in a shootout, what's going to happen?
Right.
But how do you get them in a shootout when their defense is so lights out?
Good luck putting up enough points on that D to make
it. The AFC North is supposed to be the toughest division in football. Bengals are 0-3. The Browns could easily be 0-3. The Ravens, you know, you take a look at the last quarter and a half in Dallas. They could easily be 0-3. But obviously, I'm cherry picking here. First half and a quarter, pretty damn good for them.
Well, that division has 5 wins among 4 teams.
The Jets and Aaron Rodgers having won 2 in a row Jets are 2-1. I think I don't know when the last time they were 2-1.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
My daughter's 11. I don't know. She might have been in nursery school last time they were 2-1.
I'm going to do some research.
I don't know.
I'm going to look this up.
They're taking on Denver this week. Can somebody come out of the mist and say we're the team that Kansas City is going to have to beat? Or we're the team that can beat Kansas City on that any given Sunday? Because right now, there's only one team that looks like that, and that's the Buffalo Bills again. And I'm not just saying that because I'm afraid of Barbara from Ocala.
You sure about that, though? You were a little shook yesterday, Rich.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I mean?
But she did tell me I knew what I was talking about.
Well, she did. She massaged it a bit.
Buffalo, Kansas City, in Western New York, Week 11.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. AFC Championship preview.
Next 3 weeks for Buffalo might tamper a few things or tamp down a few things. At Baltimore, at Houston, at Jets. But the state of the AFC right now is like after all of that, after all of, Ravens getting Derrick Henry, right? All of that conversation about the AFC West with Jim Harbaugh starting 2-0. Right now, Justin Herbert may be limping around with the Chiefs coming to town. We'll see if they can say, hey, this is a new way of doing things when the Chiefs fans all descend upon SoFi Stadium on Sunday, Henry Winkler and all. I don't know. But it's crazy. Bills and Chiefs, after all, in the AFC and the NFC, go for it.
Go for it.
Anybody's guess.
Yeah. Rich,
anybody's ball.
2015, the last time the Jets were 2-1, actually started the year 4-1.
So, yeah, Taylor was...
before going 10-6.
Was 2 years old. She was not yet in nursery school.
Wow.
And she's 11.